Hey guys, AJ here, back with another deck discussion video. So today I'm going to be going over Cosmos. This archetype's been around for really forever. It's still very playable in 2022, and that's pretty much why I'm going over it. You know, the first deck I ever had PTSD over was this deck. Granted, I never understood how it was played until I actually began playing it myself. And of course, over time, it is significantly less powerful than it was back in 2014 to 16 when I began my competitive adventure with Blackwings. But that's what happens over time. Anyways, if you guys don't know how these videos go, I go over the important cards that I think you need to know what they do. Then I give you a sample deck profile for you guys to mess around with as a baseline. And then we go over either combo replays or just a duel with it in action. Today I will be doing it with a duel in action. Anyways, let's get on to the card discussion, but before I do that, I just want to say a couple things for you guys. First, I have a new Discord server. It's called We Only Sack. It is my clan community server, and I basically want to create a little community to have fun and chill with people, talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! And everything else, just to have fun. It's going to be real fun for me, and I want to connect with you guys. So if you guys would join that, it is going to be down in the description below. If you want more of these deck discussion videos, please make sure to click on this card above. It'll show you a whole playlist of my deck discussion videos, as well as making sure to support this channel by giving it a like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Anyways, without further ado, let's get on to the deck discussion, guys. Alright, guys, so with the deck discussion, we want to split these cards off into two different groups. So we've got our Psychic monsters and our Kozmo machine monsters. They're both Cosmos, obviously. So the basic rule of thumb for this is the Psychics all banish themselves from the field, as cost, by the way, to special summon a higher level Kozmo monster from your hand. The nice thing is, the machines, whenever they're destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can banish it from the graveyard and special summon a lower level from your deck. It's really nice to go up and down the ladder and get what you need when you need it. And it's very, very funny to manipulate this in ways you wouldn't think of usually. Anyways, Psychics also have a secondary effect where you can pay life points as cost to gain advantage in some small ways, but it helps gaining advantage in any way. The idea is basically to float your monsters while snowballing an advantage over time, sort of one-for-oneing your opponent, but actually you're not one-for-oneing because you are gaining advantage while they're just not gaining anything. Of course, this doesn't work as efficiently in 2022, but we're just going to vibe off it, and we still have some really funny things we can do for it. Alright, guys, so we're going to focus on 4 Psychic monsters. I'm sure there's a plethora of other ones that are really okay and have their generic uses, but I don't care about them for the sake of this video. And same goes for the machines. There's a bunch of Kozmo cards. Not all of them are good. Anyways, first up we've got Kozmo Tin Can, which is our level 1. At the end phase, you can choose 3 different Kozmo cards by paying 500 life points. Your opponent's going to add 1 randomly to your hand, and the rest are sent to grave. This has some really funny little interactions if you play things like Back to the Front, Call of the Haunted, etc., etc. This guy's your main searcher. He's really good, and we call him the win can for a reason. You open him, and you essentially are able to snowball much more easily. Next, we've got Kozmo Strawman. He is your level 2. He pays 500 life points to special summon one of your banished Kozmo monsters, but it's destroyed at the end phase, and its effects are negated. So this is unfortunate that its effects are negated because it would make snowballing so much better, and this thing would be a 3 of if that was the case, but it isn't. It lets you cheat out big spaceships that you already used before and sort of recycle and use their destruction effect, which is really nice in its own way. It's really funny and helps you get aggressive with a little setup. Next, we've got Kozmo Sword Troopers. He's our level 3, one of our many level 3 Kozmo monsters, but that's not the point. He pays 1,000 life to special summon a psychic from your graveyard, and he's really nice with Tin Can if you send like Dark Lady to the graveyard, so you can normal summon or special summon out Tin Can or whatever you want. Use his effect and recur the Dark Lady, which is really nice. It helps with the snowball a lot. And finally, Kozmo Dark Lady. She is our level 5, the only Kozmo Psychic that has to be tribute summoned and is over the level of 4. Really makes her kind of a brick, unfortunately, but she pays 1,000 life points to negate and destroy a monster who activates its effect. So it's really good. She's worth playing regardless. And she's really good disruption because she goes up into the spaceships, which is nice. Okay, guys, so we are going to be going over the machines now. We have 3 machines that are actually noteworthy. We have a plethora of other ones, but I don't really care about those. You go read about those on your own time because, honestly, they're not really good. So don't bother with them, honestly. Of course, they have some uses, but not in this format. First off, we've got Dark Eclipser, which is our level 9. Probably the worst card I'm going to mention this entire video. While it can't be targeted, if it is destroyed, it only searches a level 8 or lower Kozmo, and that means it has to search a monster, and it doesn't special summon, which really sucks in its own way, but it's fine. All this guy does is negate a trap by banishing a Kozmo monster from your grave, so this kind of sucks if you don't have any Kozmos in your grave, but you always do because you play Tin Can. And the nice thing, and his redeeming quality, is he negates multiple times in the turn. He's not once per turn. So your opponent has 5 traps that aren't counter traps. He can negate 5 times if you have 5 Kozmos in your grave. So that's pretty nice. Otherwise, he's really good for the control matchup and worth playing one of for that reason. That's really it. He's a beefy boy. Kozmo Dark Destroyer, he is your level 8 monster. He's also untargetable. He's your strongest boss monster, hands down, and when summoned, he targets and destroys 1 monster on the field. He's really beefy as well, and when he's ultimately destroyed by your opponent's Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, you can float into pretty much every other Kozmo in your deck, so nice. Kozmo Slip Rider is your level 5 Kozmo. Unfortunately, this cute little boy can be targeted. Konami, you fucked up. Anyways, it really sucks in general that he can be targeted, but he's a level 5, which is really nice because you can use him to summon Cyber Dragon Infinity if you get 2 of them boys on the field. Also, he can destroy 1 spell or trap on summon. So he's cute. He has some funny combos with Kozmo Town, popping artifact cards, which is really nice, etc., etc. And he's a nice little disruption. Before we get onto the deck profile, I actually have 2 more cards I want to mention to you guys. Kozmo Town, which is our field spell. It's automatically one of the best cards in the deck. So this card not only lets you mulligan any Kozmo monster by revealing them to your opponent and then shuffling and then drawing the same amount you shuffled, but you can lose life points equal to the level of one of your banished Kozmo monsters and adding it to hand. And when it's destroyed, you can search any Kozmo card in your deck. So it does a lot, and it's really nice with some niche little combos with Slip Rider to basically get any card you want. If you don't have Tin Can, if you want to have Cosmojo, all that sort of thing. Also, it's once per copy, basically. So if you have 2 Kozmo Town, you can do that stuff twice. It just says you can only use this card's effect once per turn. So it's really nice. The second card is Cosmojo, which I just mentioned. It's your trap card. This card is absolutely bonkers. It, 1, destroys a Kozmo on your field, which basically is always going to be your machine monster. And then it doesn't target, but it banishes a card from your opponent's field or grave. So basically, your opponent has to respond to the activation of the card without knowing what you're going to choose. So if your opponent's Phoenix Enforcer is on the field or Grave, it's not safe at all. You basically out Phoenix Enforcer this way. This card is absolutely insane, and you should be playing it. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be real with you. I don't like Prosperity in this, but I have to play something to add even more consistency because of the amount of garnets that we play. So this is Kozmo Artifact featuring Phoenix Enforcer. So, of course, there's a lot of bricks, and that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. If you couldn't understand from the cards I mentioned all the relevant ones because I'm playing only the relevant ones. I don't want to brick as much. So we play the 1 Eclipser, 3 Destroyer, 3 Slip Rider because this is more of a spell trap heavy format. We play the 1 Dark Lady because it's alright. 2 Sword Troopers, 1 Straw Man, and 3 Tin Can. We want to basically have an even amount of spaceships to pilot ratio, and we have the 3 E-Telly just to make the pilot ratios a little higher because that's nice. The thing is, Fusion Destiny is essentially 2 bricks with the Dasher and Celestial, which is okay. We have to deal with it just to be able to abuse it, but I think it's worth it in the long run. Hard drawing Fusion Destiny is just broken. We play the Prosperity, which I mentioned I don't like, but we do it anyways. We play the Artifact Engine as well, which is 3 Sanctum, 2 Scythe. 1, because I want to be able to use Sanctum multiple times if I can, and 2 Scythe makes it so if I draw 1 Scythe, that all 3 Sanctums aren't dead. So, the nice thing about the Artifact Engine is Slip Rider can pop your Scythe if you have Scythe set on your field, and it'll trigger during your opponent's turn and lock them regardless. So there's no downside to drawing Scythe. It's actually your least bricky brick, but you've got to be careful still. We played 2 Cosmojo, mostly because we're already playing 42 cards, and I didn't really want to lose more by having less consistent hands. So we have 2 Cosmojo, since it's searchable anyways. We have 2 Ghost Ogres, just because it's a really nice card this format, and we play Imperm and Solemn Strike just to round it off. You can mess around with the hand trap ratios, that's your thing. The extra deck I tried keeping really generic in its own way. We have Phoenix Enforcer, a bunch of synchros that we could easily summon. We do play Shooting Riser because we can technically summon it, I guess. It's really, really sketchy, but we could technically summon it. And get Token Collector the Grave, which is nice. Especially if we side in Gamma, we can easily summon Shooting Riser. So that's that thing. We have Zeus. We've got a bunch of XZs that we can summon. Cyber Dragon Infinity and Nova package are definitely the strongest one out of them all. But we can also get 4 materials Zeus by going Volcasaurus into Gaia Dragon into Zeus. We play Avermax, Dagda, Hulk, and Anaconda just so we can basically kill people, and that's about it. The side deck is pretty much generic, and I think you guys will realize that. Anyways, let's get on to the replay. If you have any questions about this, just comment down below or join the Discord link and ask me there. Either way. Okay, so this is my deck versus my buddy Chemi. He is playing Brave Prank Kids. As you can see, he low-key bricked on 3 Pandemonium, but he's able to play through it pretty easily. We'll show you right here. So, he's going first. He's going to Roxy's. Roxy's banish one of the Pandemoniums and draw into a Feather Duster. You see, one thing is going to go full combo anyways, so we're just vibing with it. So, basically, yeah, he's just going full Prank Kids combo. He has the plan in hand. He sets 4, pass. I use pot, banish 6, because we need to dig into something actually relevant. And we get the Slip Rider, which is really nice because we don't want to worry about back row right now. He's going to go into Butler. I'm going to summon DPE, and he's going to trigger all his Prank Kids monsters. And basically, my DPE is going to die a horrible death. He's going to summon a bunch of things. I'm going to get rid of his butler with Ogre, but he's basically going to just have a lot of advantage at this point. I'm going to set 2 and summon Kozmo Tin Can, the Wind Can, and he's going to get the Brave Token Engine going. He imperms my Tin Can, board wipes my stuff, so I'm basically crying internally, but I have DPE to pop one of the Dropsies to avoid the Toad. He's going to start doing Brave Token combos. I'm going to trigger Slip Rider right here. This is why Slip is so good. We're going to get rid of the Brave Token Engine so we can just basically survive the turn. He's going to use his second Pandemonium and then summon Rocket Ride. Just start going off again. That it is what it is. I think he does misplay a little bit right there, but I'm not sure. We're going to pop our Slip Rider and his set during the standby phase. Trigger Slip to summon Strawman. Return Tin Can, Strawman. Then he's going to use Plan Effect to summon Bow Wow, which... And then he's going to Bow Wow trigger, recurse some stuff because he needs to. He's almost out of resources. We're going to summon using that. We're going to use Pot of Greed effect, and then we're going to get Token Collector just for the extraness. At this point, we have a bunch of pilots. Not much we can do with them right now. I could link summon into Dagda. I could have, but I decided against it just for the sake of this board. He's going to get Token Collector, which rarely comes up outside of the thing, but we're going to basically dodge the Cosmic and get just immense advantage at this point. I did mention that this deck snowballs a lot, so once it starts snowballing, it's really hard to stop Cosmos. He's going to Cosmic his own stuff because he knows he's dead, and then I'm just going to end up killing him right here because he realizes he's out of resources at this point. I'm going to top deck the town again. Then I'm just going to basically tag out and bonk him for game after searching for another Slip Rider just because I can, and Tribute and go into Cyber Infinity because I'm flexing at this point. I could have easily won. He's recurring all his stuff, but it's still too much for game. So, you know, that is what it is. It was a really nice game. I appreciate him helping me with this video. And yeah, that is the deck in action. Hey guys, I just wanted to say one last thing. If you want to check out one of my more popular videos, that would be the video on the left. And if you want to check out one of my more recent videos, that video will be on the right. I will see you guys soon. Peace.